Hello, my friends. A good Erev Shabbos. Happy Friday, followed up by a wonderful, beautiful, and inspirational Shabbos Kodesh. I'd like to share with you something that happened to me early yesterday morning. As usual, I was up at 5 a.m. learning with my study partner, my chavrusa, and then he left at about 5:45. And at 5:45, I began preparing for my daily class that I give in the local synagogue at 8 o'clock. And while I was preparing, I sent a text out to someone I'm very close with, expecting him not to see the text, and he'll see it later when he wakes up, because I figured he'd be sleeping. And then he sent a text back immediately. So I asked him, "What are you doing up?" And he said, "What are you doing up?" And I told him, I'm preparing. This is what time I get up. And he said he can't sleep. Very uptight, worried about a lot of things. So I texted him back. I said, "You need to learn one very important word. That word is bitachon." And he said, "What's that?" So I don't think I explained it to him well enough, so I'm going to do it now. Bitachon, literally translated, is security, safety. And what it means is have the constant feel and sense that we are in good hands. We are in the hands of the master of the universe, who watches and controls every moment of our lives. The only choices we really have are what we do with those moments and what we do with the deck of cards that he gives us. Use it for good or use it for bad. But everything he gives us is given with very, very precinct calculations. That was very nice. And then I got into preparing for my class on different ideas about the weekly Torah reading, and I opened up the book that I was, the Sefer, the book that I was preparing from, and the first page I opened to, I did a double take, because it asked a very interesting question. Why didn't Joshua, who took over from Moshe, why didn't he live to be 120 years old? Because Hashem, God promised him, just like I was with Moshe, your teacher, I will be with you. And Yeshua was a righteous man. He should have gotten the same thing that Moshe got, is a full 120 years. And he only got 110. And then it explains. Moshe in this week's Parsha was told, I want you to go to Midian and make a war against them, taking revenge for how they made the Jewish people sin. And then after that war is over and you will be successful, then you will die. Your mission is over. Moshe, understanding very clearly that his death is connected to finishing his last mission, he went into the mission gladly, knowing that he was fulfilling the will of God. Yeshua, however, he brought the Jewish people into Israel, and he very, very slowly conquered all the nations that were there. It was a very slow process. Why was it a very slow process? Because Yeshua said to himself, I know my mission is to conquer the land of Israel. And when my mission is over, the same way my teacher died, I'm going to die. So I'll take my time. Because of that, God took away 10 years of his life. So this Medrash, which is the Sefer, the book that I was preparing from, has a beautiful, beautiful, very famous last line. And that is, Ravos machshavos plevish, v'atzas Hashem hisakum. There are many thoughts in the hearts of man, and it's only the ideas of God that will succeed. Now there's a Yiddish version also, which is a Mensch tracht and the Eber lacht. Man plans and God laughs. And the English version is also man toils and God foils. But a teacher of mine one time said he doesn't like the Yiddish version, he doesn't like the English version. The Yiddish version and the English version makes it feel like God's ruining our plans, God's laughing at us. No! It's Rabos Makshavos. We have many, many plans. But only God's plans work. He's not laughing at us. He's not ruining our plans. The way the system that He put into this world works is we do what we can, and then in the end, God makes it happen. God makes happen what is supposed to happen, not what we think is going to happen. A very good friend of mine one time said, in this class, he said, God's in charge of the nouns. We're just in charge of the verbs. The verbs. We got to go, we got to do, we got to work, we got to plan. And then in the end, whether or not our plans and our work and our ideas pan out, that's not up to us. That's up to the one who's really in charge. All we do is go through the motions. And there's one day a week that we see this very clearly. There's one day a week that we're told, don't even go through the motions. Sit back and understand and recognize and reflect that it's all God, and the rest, our motions, our verbs, are only a facade. And learn to have absolute bitachon, security, faith in God. Good job.